This is News Conference Extra with Conan Nolan.
Good morning and welcome to News Conference Extra, a special segment of Today in LA Weekend. Mail-in balloting has started for the June 4th special election in the area covered by LA Unified. For Measure EE, a property tax hike of 16 cents per square foot on businesses and homeowners throughout the district and LA. In a moment, we will have a representative from the no side who believes this is a very bad idea. But first, those who put it on the ballot. Austin Butner is the superintendent at Los Angeles Unified School District. Alex Caputo-Pearl is the president of the United Teachers of Los Angeles. To both of you, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
So, Mr. Superintendent, we'll start with you. The governor of the state of California says K-12 education statewide is fully funded, but your school district, you say you need more money. Why?
We climbed out of the depths of the recession. But today, just a couple simple numbers. $23,000 and $16,000. New York City funds schools $23,000 per pupil, Los Angeles $16,000. And you see it in every classroom. I was in a couple today. A math class with 38 students, a middle school with 1,000 students, 125 having some form of suicidal ideation, 25 hospitalized or in a clinical setting with 1 psychiatric social worker. We need more people in our schools. We need more resources in our schools. It's an adequacy issue. We do not have adequate funding.
But you knew this a long time ago. This isn't a surprise that you're underfunded.
Correct.
So why a special election? All of a sudden, quick, we got to go to the ballot for this.
So we've been talking about this since before I started. We've been talking together about this since I started. Coming out of the strike in January, we saw an enormous awakening in Los Angeles that public education matters. People became aware of public education. We said, well, let's take that encouragement, the respect and love people have for teachers, and for 75 cents a day, we can start to provide adequacy in our schools.
Mr. Caputo-Pearl, the last time you were here in arguing for a new contract for the union, I told you that the superintendent said the school district didn't have the money for your demands. You said not to believe them, that they did. So now you're back saying we do need more money. Were you wrong then, or are you wrong now?
We were very clear throughout the strike that when you're 44th out of 50 among the states in per pupil funding, you need more money. We said that throughout the strike. What we came to an agreement on in the strike is that the reserve would go towards creating a new pathway for a quality school in every single neighborhood. And that reserve is going to fund lower class sizes instead of 46 kids in a classroom, more counselors instead of only 1 counselor for every 500 or 700 students, more full-time nurses so that 80% of schools actually aren't without a full-time nurse. That's what the reserve is now going towards with this pathway agreement. But a reserve isn't going to last forever. And we said throughout the strike, we need more money. Governor Newsom actually said himself last Friday that we're not funding schools the way we should in California. And if he were a voter in LA, he would vote for Measure EE. Of course, we need to keep pressure on the state. But LA has to get with the program. San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco, other cities have passed local taxes so that you have multiple sources of funding to support our kids.
You know, there are plenty of people out there who agree with you. They're going to vote for this. They do believe that teachers need more support, certainly financial support. But they also want transparency. And what a lot of people don't appreciate is the fact that you are on the hook, not for paying for public education today, but what happened yesterday, because you have an enormous obligation in terms of the pension for teachers and the health care for teachers. And a lot of people don't appreciate you have a Cadillac health care plan, not just for employees, but for retirees. No co-payments, no premiums. This health care is for life. That is where this money is going for. Dissuade us that that's what this is all about, and that much of the classrooms won't see this increase.
So this money is going to schools and classrooms. It's going to reduce class size, add that support you spoke of. And at the same time, we've got work to do. The state pension system's upside down. The work's been done, the benefit's been earned. And now we have to work at the Sacramento level to make sure they fund the promises we've made to those who do the work. On the healthcare side, we're working together. We've actually reduced our costs by more than $50 million in healthcare in the last 9 months, working together. There's no cage match struggle. We didn't have to issue press releases. We're doing the work. We found a more cost-effective way to provide the benefit to out-of-state retirees, saving $50 million a year, almost $3 billion in reduced long-term liabilities. And we'll continue to do that kind of work together. That's how you bend the shape of the curve. That's how we reach an equilibrium. But meanwhile, this money is going to go right to students in the classroom this coming school year.
What happens if this doesn't pass?
Well,
as far as you're concerned?
Well, we need Measure EE to pass, and we know that with the incredible groundswell of support that happened during the strike, parents, communities, students, youth organizations, et cetera, we know that people are going to come out and vote for this. If it doesn't pass, we need to keep on pressing at the state level, and we're going to have to figure out what to do at the local level. Those who are, look, I've been teaching for 22 years. I've been in education for 28 years. I learned very quickly that part of the job of a teacher that's not in the job description is to explain to kids why they don't have what they need. This is the first time in my 28 years that we've got an opportunity to do something about this locally. So we're really going to seize that opportunity and move forward.
Some would say, though, and I expect the business Fed to say this in a minute, that you have 65,000 employees, just something like that. If you had a staff meeting at LA Unified, Dodger Stadium wouldn't be big enough. But a fraction of those are teachers.
We're shrinking the bureaucracy. We've taken another $50 million reduction in the bureaucracy. Fewer people. Again, we don't brag about it because it's people. But we're making the center leaner and we're putting every nickel into a school. We serve students over 700 square miles. You could put the next 5 largest school districts in the country within our boundaries. So we're shrinking the bureaucracy. We're making it simpler for those in schools to do their work. But 85, 90 cents of every dollar goes right into schools. That's where money goes, to support the students in schools. We are big, we are complicated, but education happens in that classroom with a well-supported teacher. That's where it happens, that's where money goes.
Alex Caputo-Pearl is with the United Teachers of Los Angeles. Austin Buettner is a superintendent of LAUSD. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. In a moment, the other side from the Los Angeles County Business Federation when we return.